I made myself a promise. I will never make content about making content. If I ever post a reel titled 3 Ways to Grow on IG, unfollow me.
I think a lot about getting things right, partially because I care, partially because it's just another way of controlling things.
Lately, I've been thinking about something kind of counterintuitive. What if the pursuit of perfection, the constant tweaking, optimizing, strategizing, is actually what keeps us from getting anywhere close to it? What if the real trick is finding a way to have your cake and eat it too? Not by pretending the flaws don't exist, or obsessing over them, but by learning to live with them long enough to understand what they're trying to say. Like, maybe the tighter you grip it, the more it slips away. That's the tension I want to sit in for a while. Not as someone who's figured it out, but as someone trying to.
A few months ago, my feed started shifting. How to get your first 1,000 views. IG's latest algorithm trick. The growth hack no one's talking about. I clicked, I consumed, I educated. And for a while, it helped. It was like watching guys on YouTube play video games I didn't even own. They were leveling up and I was just taking notes. Waiting for my time to make a sick-ass 360 no-scope.
I started to evolve away from that content, but the emotional connection stuck. It was like that scene from The Matrix, the girl in the red dress. Alluring, distracting, kind of empty. Who were these people before all that? Probably just like me, ants on a thankless mission to serve the queen, our art. Dancers, designers, filmmakers, people chasing a creative itch they needed to share. And it worked. I can picture it, because I'm kind of in that boat now. Just the tiniest taste of resonance with someone who sees what you're doing. That's enough to keep you going. But then one fishy comment, kind on the surface, starts to shift your point of view. Slowly at first. Eventually, it stinks up the whole creative process. Suddenly, you're a growth expert. Not because you plan to be, but because that's what people clicked on. You're not a creator anymore. You're a tour guide to the ghost of your original voice. And the wild part, the algorithm rewards you for it. It wants you stuck in the loop.
Recursion is kind of a tricky word. It sounds like something you would learn in a college class that I definitely skipped, or at the very least in a Reddit thread about time travel. But here's the way I think about it. It's kind of like Inception.
A dream within a dream within a YouTube thumbnail. You start by making something, then you make something about that. And before you know it, you're not creating anymore. You're documenting your documentation. And it's not just content creation. In comedy, you start doing stand-up, you get traction, you start touring, and suddenly your whole act is about airports and hotel breakfast bars. I've seen this one a bunch. In fitness, you get into great shape. People ask you for tips. Eventually, you're at a laptop all day writing PDFs about workouts you don't even do anymore. That's recursion. When the thing you do starts looping back on itself, and it kind of looks like success. But often, it's just well-dressed perfectionism. That's the thing. Strategy, optimization, planning. It's all just perfectionism in a nicer outfit. I think it's control, fear. It's trying to make something unbreakable by making it predictable.
And perfectionism doesn't always look like vanity. Sometimes it looks like optimization. Bird, hello. Sometimes like strategy, like control. When even your creativity becomes part of the performance, what's left?
What do you do when the thing you loved starts to feel like a role you're playing? Maybe the answer isn't to break the role. Maybe it's to let the cracks show. There's a philosophy I've been circling around, one that doesn't fight the cracks. It highlights them. I have been going back and forth around this corner of the house for months now. All our books live on the floor. It's cute until I remember I've been looking for the perfect shelf for 3 months. There are 2 potential reading nooks, one by the fireplace, one by the window. Both have strong Eames chair energy, which is probably why I haven't chosen either. I don't know where it originates. Maybe binge watching Frasier as a youth. More than likely, it's from having taste that's too expensive for my own good. My philosophy is buy once, cry once. But that's hard to put into practice when the price tag is $7,000 for a chair. The Japanese have this practice called Kintsugi. They repair broken pottery with gold. The crack becomes the most beautiful part. That's Wabi-Sabi. Not anti-beauty, just anti-perfection. It's about noticing the imperfection, holding it, not fixing it. Reading might be the only thing I don't try to be good at. No highlights, no goals, just words and time. Maybe that's what this corner is teaching me. That something doesn't need to be right to be worthwhile. On Instagram, I dropped the Wabi-Sabi reel this week, where I showed off my bookshelf like a learned man. The truth, though, I haven't touched a single one of these books in years. Erica, goddess, queen, and now brand manager, got me on the Kindle, and it changed everything. But 100% of my reading now happens on this sleek little screen. It's always there, charged, it seems like, till infinity. And I've probably read 10 times more in the past 5 years because of it. Yes, the book stack is pure aesthetics. The reading is digital. Don't let the hardcovers fool you. There's this Japanese namaste spirit energy thing running through all this. Past me would have called bullshit on most of it. But man, just about every Japanese person I've ever met seems like they're sipping some secret elixir to life. Just dialed, present, calm. And now this whole Wabi-Sabi thing has me shifting in a direction I'm not sure my smiling counterparts ever intended. I have been highlighting my flaws, letting them become so visible I can't ignore them. And something's shifted. Like when you can't think of a word and you can't move on with your day until it clicks. I have acknowledged these flaws, and yet I feel stronger than ever. Buried in this discomfort is this strange momentum. It's like I'm at the beginning of a hunt for something that I don't understand yet. Not just beauty in the cracks, but what the cracks might be pointing to. That is where I'm headed next. Oh Lord, this room overwhelms me. Too many ideas, too many changes I want to make. It's not aesthetic. It's hard to shoot in. I have 20 solutions for it thanks to Pinterest. And this is the most honest space in the house. A room where I have to face myself every day. You ever fantasize about your critics? Maybe it's a guy walking towards you on the street. You imagine the things he's thinking. Your shitty haircut, you peaked in 2017. Somehow he knows you haven't filed your taxes yet. But the more confident I become, the more I realize maybe they're right. Actually, no, because they don't even know the half of it. But I do. And weirdly, I'm okay with it. I'm getting better at this at least. I can name my flaws now, and I don't necessarily have to feel ashamed of them. I feel aware, which is new, and kind of powerful. I'm not against perfection. I still want to grow, but I'm starting to believe you can't actually improve what you refuse to see. Not wallow in it, not make it an aesthetic. Just look at it, directly, honestly. I am not suggesting you write yourself a little memoir saying you suck and here are all the reasons why, but maybe? Everywhere else in my life, I'm trying to get it right. More views, more polish, maybe the missing shelf, the dirt in the yard, the outdated, bland bathroom. They're not things waiting to be fixed. They're clues. I think this is the real start, the version of self-improvement I never considered. Not leveling up, not optimizing, just noticing, and then making choices from that place. These clues, I'm still figuring out what they're pointing to, but I feel like I'm finally in motion. Have your cake and eat it too. Not by pretending the flaws don't exist, but by acknowledging them so clearly, so honestly, that you can finally move past them. Like, maybe the pursuit of perfection starts with imperfection.